Hey everybody, it's me, Shannon, and in this video here, we're going to be doing something just a little bit differently than what we normally get into here on this channel. But it's a true story, and it's now become a new segment here on Horse Equipment, and it's called, Did You Ever Wonder? So I had my youngest out on the lot with me, and she loves it when we're taking pictures and shooting some video for the channel, and she began to back up towards one of the machines, and she came treacherously close to getting against a big clump of grease. And if you spend any time around equipment, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because once grease finds its way on you, it's just going to jump all over the place until you're covered. I said, honey, be careful, don't get close to that grease. She said, well, what is that, Dad? Well, I said, this is a grease zerk. She said, well, that's a weird word. Grease zerk. Yeah, I guess that is a pretty weird word. Now that I think about it, where'd it come from? Why do we use it? And just how old is the grease zerk anyway? Did you ever wonder? I know I have. First of all, this is just an oversimplification. I'm not a scientist or anything like that. I'm just a salesman. But it's basically a hydraulic check valve. You got that little ball up there that seals it so that no grease can come out. But when you put your grease gun on and put some pressure behind it, it pushes that ball down and compresses the spring, and it lets that grease go in, and you can grease your piece of equipment. You let go of that grease, that ball goes up, seals it up again, and your grease stays put. Pretty neat. Allow me to introduce to you the father of the grease zerk. His name was Oscar Ulysses Zerk. He was born May 16, 1878 in Vienna, in what was then the capital of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. He was born into a textile family. His father worked in the industry, and his family's name was actually well respected ever since the Roman Empire. While Oscar was very young, actually only 16, he invented this electric loom on a punch card system. Think of an early form of automation. Apparently it was so well received and worked so well that it did the work of 12 people. Ever curious, in 1907, Zerk made his way to the United States of America on a ship called the Lusitania. Maybe you've heard of it. His destination was Chicago, where he wanted to see this new white steam car, the latest and greatest in steam technology. You can actually learn more about it here at this white steam car on Jay Leno's Garage. I'm going to include a link in the description below. But that vacation to Chicago turned into a business venture when he founded a company in Cleveland, Ohio to produce an early version of that familiar fitting. Well, unfortunately for Zerk and the rest of the world, really, World War I broke out. Oscar found himself back in Austria, where he enlisted, served bravely, and returned a very decorated captain. After returning, he met a young lady, and he moved back to the United States, where he co-founded the Aileen Zerk Company. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Aileen. Somebody will tell me, I'm sure. But in 1924, Aileen Zerk sold to a company called Stuart Werner, which was then owned by Almite. Almite became a verb meaning to lubricate. 1929 rolled around, and Zerk refined his fittings yet again. This time he applied for a patent, which was wise. Stuart Werner was growing, and Zerk became the driving force, no pun intended, behind their focus and their dedication to automobile lubrication. But then by 1939, Zerk began to pull back from business. He built this wonderful retirement home, a mansion really, in Kenosha, Wisconsin called Done Movin'. I love the name. While Zerk didn't have much luck with the ladies, he was married 4 times with no children, he did register for over 300 patents in his career. Truly a brilliant man. He was quoted once in saying, "Inventors have a high responsibility to serve mankind by using their gifts." And use his gifts he certainly did. Billions have been served by the grease zerk, including you. Then here's a fun fact. Oscar Zerk's mansion, Done Movin', is only about an hour away from the home office of Wacker Neuson Equipment in Wisconsin. Pretty cool. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit that little like button there. Maybe even subscribe to my channel for more stuff like this. And heck, even share it with your friends. They might like it. Did You Ever Wonder with Shannon? Hey, it was brought to you by Wacker Neuson and Skyworks Equipment. Why don't you give me a call, 717-908-7853. I can help you find the right tool for the job. Thanks again.